Here's the original version here. The thing is working. You can get to other apps on here.
Let's get started. Drive safely.
Hey Siri, drive to ABC Liquor.
One option I found is ABC Fine Wine and Spirits on South Tamiami Trail in Fort Myers. Less than a half mile to your west, and it gets 2.5 stars on Yelp. Do you want that one?
Yes.
Getting driving directions to ABC Fine Wine and Spirits.
There we go. See, it takes you exactly to where you want to go.
ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. You've entered the parking lot.
Welcome back to Cars and Coding. Today we're going to be installing an infotainment system on the screen in this Audi A4 2010 V8. Just want to show you why I got it. Because it's just for better. Just for better. Okay, so let's see how much just for better this thing is. Here's the screen. A new plate with the comes with all this wiring. Here's some more wiring. Comes with a block off plate that this attaches to somehow. The MMI cord. We're gonna install this in there, and just for better. This is gonna be like Tesla mode. Let's get started. There's two versions of this. There's a standard version, which is Linux based, and then there's a more advanced Android version. And then the Android one can actually, it can be used as a standalone. If you hook it up to your phone as a wireless hotspot, then it can do all of its things standalone without interacting with your phone at all. It's just using your phone as a wireless hotspot. The Linux version can't do that. The Linux version is interacting to Apple CarPlay over Bluetooth or wire, and it works that way. So which one is better? I don't know. The Linux one works just fine for me. Okay. I have read many things about these things, and none of them are perfect, right? But I mean, if you drive any car today and you use Apple CarPlay, do any of them work really great? I rented a 2023 Chrysler minivan, and it had bugs. Okay. So yeah, I think they all pretty much have bugs. So overall, everything is working great. Maps works. You know, the turn-by-turn instructions works, even if you're listening to the radio, through the center speaker. The backup camera works. Siri works. Phone calls work. Although so I made a phone call through Apple CarPlay, and the person on the other side of the phone said when they talked, they could hear an echo. They couldn't hear an echo when I talked, but they heard an echo when they talked. So you can still use the regular Audi Bluetooth to make phone calls. So I'm not worried about that. I mean, everything you would want to use it for, you can play your music from, Apple Music or whatever. The only thing is the unit that I have, and I've heard the other one, the more expensive ones as well, the music, the amplifier in it is not as much as the normal stereo head unit that, the stock one. So it's only about 3/4 loud as your normal radio. So that's not great, but I don't think there's any way around that. Like I said, for $180, $200, even $250, this thing is worth it. If you want to go with the RSNav version, that's going to actually have support. That guy who sells those, does really good support. He answers questions. So if you want support, go through him. Now, here's the drawback. If you don't go through RSNav, you're just going to get a unit with absolutely no instructions. Zero. There's nothing in the box. It's just all the wires are in the box. So watch my video to put it in, and you don't have to worry about it. I would definitely recommend it, and pay as little as you want, because they all do the same thing. They all have the same wires and hookups and everything. So I'll put a link in the video description of where I bought mine from the AliExpress link. You can get them on Amazon too. You know what I'll do is I'm going to put links to ones that I think are probably good deals. And so I'll put one from AliExpress, one from Amazon, and RSNav link. You can't go wrong with the RSNav. That one's going to have support, right? But you're also going to pay $600 for it. They have the standard model that's $200 something.
that's the same one that you're going to get on AliExpress. But oh, you know, the other thing I forgot to mention is AliExpress. I got it in 4 days. Like, it was shipped from China supposedly, but it came in 4 days. So I don't know if it just came from Miami. They had like a distribution center there or something, but yeah, I don't know.
All right, let's start up the originals just so we can see the difference. Press these buttons to scroll through here, and like, you know, if you want to check the oil, and it has this button over here which is going to be moved over to there. Let's start off by disconnecting the battery, because anytime I do any stuff with electrical, I want to disconnect the battery. So before we do that, we're going to keep the key in here, and we're just going to put this in. So you think we can put it in neutral. Battery cable taken off. Truck is blocked, so it's open. All right, so first we're just going to pry this thing out and just use a little pry it off. Okay, what we got to do first is we got to take this off. Sure. Oop, I'm gonna break it. Let's try prying on it. All you gotta do is pry around it, and then it comes off. Like so. There we go. Alright, see, then there's a couple more bolts. You can take this thing out with them. On the air conditioning vent, all you gotta do is, there's a little lever here, you push down here, push down a little lever, and then it comes out of here. These screws here are T20s, T20 Torx. Little screen come out. Okay, yep. There's a little tab right here, and you just push down on that, and then it comes off. Screen is out. These here bolts were 8mm, so we took all those out. And this comes out. Alright, so I gotta take all these wires off here, and that clippy thing goes up, and it just pulls itself out like that. Okay, so yeah, this guy has a tab you push down and he comes off. Now you can see the rat's nest of wires that are back in here. So we got this thing, we got this thing. There's a white one, okay? He's all here. So this is actually going to plug into there, and then this plugs into the back of the new screen. Okay, so I took this speaker grill off. You just pry up around it and it comes off. And here's the speaker. This tool here, and this is the T20 or whatever the other size was for those other the screws for the screen that I took off. So we're just gonna take it off. Okay, so yeah, those two screws. I'm gonna take this wire off. These wires, it says middle speaker line. So you just basically plug the wire into here and plug the wire into there, and then the speaker. However, but we gotta somehow get this wire up into there. So we're gonna figure that out. Yep, you can see right here. Right here, there's my fingers. So
It's easy to get the wires up in there. No worries. Alright, so now that I know I have access to everything I need to plug in, I'm going to start plugging stuff in. So this is the radio. This will go into here. And then this lever. Okay, then we got this guy here, and he goes where this was. This was plugged into here, so now this goes into one side of this, and the other side goes back in there.
Here, it has to all, this whole thing has to go through here, way in the back, up and out this tiny kind of hole. So you gotta like stick your hand in here while you're pushing up down here to get all of these wires. I just wrapped them around this thing up into there because you cannot go through. There is a hole here. I can't see, there's a hole here and there's a hole here, but you can't use those because the radio needs to slide along this track and there can't be anything in the way. Same thing over here on this side, there can't be anything in the way. So that was really the hardest thing here. Now let me just point out that you got to run these wires first, then you need to put on this plate, okay? Then you need to put on your trim, this trim piece. Then you put on this guy. Okay, so that's route the wires, metal piece, trim piece, that piece, then the monitor.
CCD CVBS. I'm assuming that's the rear view camera. There's also a 360, there's an ACC, there's a DVR, there's also a camera power, which I definitely need for the rear camera. This is my rear camera, and this is the power wire for it. Okay, so yeah, I did connect up the rear view camera, and I joined the brown wire for camera power to the camera power. Okay, one end goes here, one end goes to the other wire, and stick the speaker. Yeah, then we got this Y connector here, and that's for the airbag and the four-way flashers. So that just plugs into here, and then one side goes to the up in here, this guy, and that one goes into this one. Okay, here we go. We got this plate on now. 4 screws that came out of the original screen, and I slid the radio back in. Now I'm just going to put in these 4 bolts right here, and then we'll put this back on, and we'll put the AC vents back on. We'll put this thing back on, and then the new cover goes on. All right, now everything is plugged in, set up, everything is good. I got my cord down here. Can plug in my phone if I want to next.
What do we got here? Wireless CarPlay, wired CarPlay, wireless auto, wired auto, original car. Okay, that works. Check the oil level. Very good. Okay, so I got it working, the Apple CarPlay wireless. What I had to do was pair the phone with the Bluetooth, and then it worked. Alright, this was kind of hard to figure out, but you actually don't need to plug anything. You need to plug a wire into here, but it doesn't have to be plugged into anything. Okay, so you just have to have that wire plugged in. Nothing has to be plugged into it. That was not real clear. So you don't have to take the glove box out at all. Nothing here. Just plug in a cord there, and then the wireless CarPlay works just fine. You just hook up to Bluetooth, and it works just fine.
Let's get started. Drive safely.
At the light, use the left 2 lanes to turn onto Summerlin Road.
So here we go. When you turn the car on, first it's just the radio as normal. You touch the screen and you're going to get to your options, which is wireless CarPlay, wireless auto, wired auto. So I know that the wired auto works and the wireless CarPlay works. The wired CarPlay, I haven't tried that, and I haven't tried the wireless auto. So also I can say that the settings here, everything is good here. You know, you can go to sound, and then there's a little equalizer there. If you go to volume, then you can control the overall volume, and then this one is the only one that's like makes a difference. The GPS volume that controls the center speaker, okay? And the center speaker is kind of a unique thing. So there's other things like display, you know, the brightness. You're not going to want that up high unless you're driving at night. Oh, the other thing I want to say about the display is out of the box, the unit doesn't come with this screen protector on it, and you definitely shouldn't need it, but the screen protector takes away the polarization. So when I had my sunglasses on, I couldn't see the screen at all. It was black. And so I put the screen protector on, and now I can see with my polarized sunglasses. So I don't know if this one was just made wrong, because not everybody says that happens, but this was my solution, so I bought a screen protector. All right, so let's just go back here, go to CarPlay, and I just have my phone in my pocket. So here, you can just, you know, you can use CarPlay here. Turn it up so you can hear it.
And are ultimately extremely.
Oh, interesting. So it still has the radio on right now. So you can listen to the radio and do the CarPlay, but actually that's really cool actually right now, because so you can have the radio on and still get the turn-by-turn instructions, because it's going to come out the center speaker. Now, it's just kind of, it's a little bit glitchy on like how, like if the radio is on, or the, you know, you're just hearing from your phone. So this media button switches, but if you have the radio on, it doesn't always. Oh, this is just really interesting. So I don't know exactly this. Let's just say that this can work, but it's not working all the time. And now somebody's car alarm is going off. Okay, great. Okay. All right. So anyway, this does work. Okay. So now
Now watch this. Watch this. Okay.
Gotta figure out what the
Well, first of
problem
all, the
is.
radio's on, so I'm going to switch to CarPlay. Okay. Hey Siri, drive to ABC Liquor.
One option I found is ABC Fine Wine and Spirits on South Tamiami Trail in Fort Myers. Less than a half mile to your west, and it gets 2.5 stars on Yelp. Do you want that one?
Yes.
Getting driving directions to ABC Fine Wine and Spirits.
There we go. See, it takes you exactly to where you want to go.
ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. You've entered the parking lot for your destination.
Oh gosh. Okay, so now let's just see. How do I get the radio back on? Let's see. If I press. Okay, so this is interesting. This is external audio source active. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna hit FM.
Easier to manage on a
All right.
Wi-Fi thermostat. Most
All right,
thermostats
I'm gonna
these
go
days
back
have scheduling, but
here. See, then it turns the radio off. So that's interesting. I don't know exactly how to get it. So if I go
if you only get
here,
that accessibility
touch here,
through a Wi-Fi
touch
thermostat,
here.
it's just a lot
Oh,
easier
then
to
it,
go
okay, so
around.
that's it. You can get
Trying do it
to the
again on a
radio
desktop or a laptop than it is on a small 3-inch screen on your wall.
by
You
using
can
this
also
control,
set
but
up
if
the
you use
alerts
this
we talked
one
about on your
down here,
computer,
then it just
which is
goes
obviously all possible because of the
completely
internet
to
connection, those alerts.
CarPlay. Okay.
Another huge benefit
So
of a
very
Wi-Fi
cool.
thermostat is the ability to be set to.
Okay, I just wanted to show you that the backup camera does work also, and this is an aftermarket camera, so I'm putting it in reverse. And you can see there it's got the turny lines. This. Yep, all works.
That's all I have to say. So, until next time, please check out my other videos for a lot of other good Audi mechanical fixes. And that's it. Auf Wiedersehen.